Hello children, welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to continue the chapter. So breathing and exchange of gases. So today we are going to cover exchange of gases and transport of carbon dioxide and oxygen. So exchange of gases, it depends upon the solubility of gases and apart from that the thickness of the membrane. Okay, so when the membrane is thin, the diffusion, no, it is possible also easily, and it depends upon the partial pressure. So the partial pressure of oxygen and partial pressure of carbon dioxide, how is it? So and accordingly the diffusion will be there. From higher partial pressure to lower partial pressure, the diffusion will be there. And the solubility of carbon dioxide and oxygen, if we compare, so carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times higher than that of oxygen. Okay, it can diffuse easily comparing to carbon dioxide. When you see the diffusion, when it occurs in the alveoli, there are three major layers are there. When you observe here, it is the alveoli. So in the alveoli, and this is the alveolar cavity, and this is the alveoli. So here you can see here three layers are there. So mainly that is the alveolar. So alveolar, that is layer, alveolar cell, and next one is that is capillary, the blood capillary. It is also having single layer thickness, and the basement membrane. Okay, so here the thin squamous epithelium of alveoli and the endothelium of alveolar capillaries and the basement membrane. These are the three major layers coming here. So here can you see the carbon dioxide from the alveoli, carbon dioxide from the capillaries, it diffuses inside the alveoli, and the oxygen, it diffuses inside the capillaries. So here inside the lung, the exchange of gases occur, and the oxygen, it goes to tissues, and the tissues, the cellular respiration occurs, and the carbon dioxide is released, and once again it reaches the lungs, and their exchange of gases occur. So here the gaseous exchange, it takes place in the alveoli. When you see in the alveoli, mainly it occurs in, and because it is thin layer. Okay, the oxygen diffuses into the blood. You can see the oxygen is diffusing inside the blood, and the carbon dioxide, it diffuses outside. Like that, oxygen and carbon dioxide, it diffuses from high partial pressure to low partial pressure, where here oxygen, it is no more partial pressure, and from here it moves to lower partial pressure, and the carbon dioxide, it is the pressure more it is here, then it diffuses, so here outside. So accordingly the movement will be there. So the alveoli, it is grouped into clusters. The network of capillaries are there surrounding each alveoli. So here can you see the alveoli, and it is enlarged into single alveoli, and the particular portion is enlarged here. So here this is the next one, lungs, and lungs, it contains bunches of alveoli, and what is happening inside the alveoli. So here the oxygen, it goes from the alveolar air, the oxygen, it diffuses inside the capillaries, and from the capillary, carbon dioxide diffuses inside the lungs. Next is transport of oxygen. The hemoglobin, it is a red colored iron containing pigment. It is present in RBCs, and oxygen can bind with hemoglobin, and it is in a reversible manner, and it forms oxyhemoglobin. Each hemoglobin molecule, it can carry about 4 molecules of oxygen. In the alveoli, when there is high partial pressure, then high partial pressure of oxygen is there in the alveoli, and other thing are lower. There is low partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and lesser hydrogen ion concentration, and lesser temperature, and this factor, it is favorable for the formation of oxyhemoglobin in the alveoli. And later in the tissues, it is just opposite. So here it is low partial pressure of oxygen, and other things are high partial pressure of carbon dioxide, high hydrogen ion concentration, and high temperature. It favors dissociation of oxygen. Both of them, it is opposite. So you remember one, that is enough, and other thing is opposite to the this one. Alveolar condition and tissue condition, both are opposite to each other. Okay, when oxygen gets bind, it forms oxyhemoglobin, and later it gets dissociated in the tissues. Next is transport of carbon dioxide. So here the carbon dioxide is carried by Here the carbon dioxide, it is carried in the form of carbaminohemoglobin. Okay, so when partial pressure of carbon dioxide is high and partial pressure of oxygen is low in the tissues, so there is more binding of carbon dioxide occurs. So here then where the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is low and partial pressure of oxygen is high in the alveoli, and the dissociation of carbon dioxide from carbaminohemoglobin takes place. That is movement. Actually don't compare, if you are comparing carbon dioxide and oxygen you will get confused. Just to see, in the case of lungs, what happens in the alveoli, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is low in the alveolar air, but partial pressure of carbon dioxide is high in the capillaries. So that's why from the capillary it moves inside the alveolar air. So one thing you remember always to avoid confusion, from high partial pressure to low partial pressure the gases they move. So that is the thing. That is just like diffusion, no. So from higher lower it moves diffusion, simple diffusion only here, nothing else. So here the carbon dioxide, it binds with hemoglobin, okay, and binds with hemoglobin in the tissues, and later it is delivered in the alveoli. It dissociates in the alveoli and it liberates carbon dioxide there. Okay, so for this purpose the enzyme carbonic anhydrase is much useful. It facilitates in both the directions. So the carbonic anhydrase enzyme, so here you see here carbon dioxide plus this water, it forms carbonic acid, and later carbonic anhydrase, it forms bicarbonate ions and hydrogen ions. So it is reversible action. So this formation, it occurs in case of tissues, the carbon dioxide, so it is converted to carbonic acid and later in this form, and it is transported to lungs. And when it comes to lungs, it dissociates and liberates carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide is sent out. Okay, so in this way it is exhaled out. So inhalation and exhalation it occurs. So next let us see the tissues. What I told you, you can see this simply, this tabular column, it will be much helpful for you. So see here, in the case of alveoli, this oxygen, lower it is carbon dioxide they have shown. So here the oxygen's partial pressure is more in alveoli. Okay, so carbon dioxide pressure, it is less in the alveoli. So here when you observe, so oxygen pressure, it is more inside the alveolar air, means it will diffuse inside this capillaries. Okay, and the carbon dioxide, when you observe here, the atmospheric air, it contains when the blood is deoxygenated automatically, when you observe the deoxygenated blood, so it contains the oxygen, you see here, that is less. So in alveolar air it is about this much. The deoxygenated blood, when there is no oxygen, so the less oxygen, it is 40. Oxygenated blood 95. So okay, alveolar air it contains 104, oxygenated blood 95, and deoxygenated blood, so there is no oxygen. It means no oxygen means they are having only less. No means it is not nil, they are containing some amount only, 40. Okay, a partial pressure is this much. So in the tissues, when you observe, the same thing. So like that, so when you they are given different pressure in different places, they have given here opposite partial pressure of oxygen and carbon dioxide in different places. So mainly the one thing you remember, so here once again the gases, they can move from higher partial pressure to lower partial pressure. So here that the carbon dioxide, how is it diffusing? Okay, so here the carbon dioxide diffuses inside the alveoli, and from here it will be sent out by means of exhalation. The transport of gases in the blood. So when in the blood, the transport of oxygen, 97% of oxygen is transported in the form of oxyhemoglobin. Only 3% is carried in the form of plasma. 100 ml of blood, it can transport about 5 ml of oxygen. Oxygen, when it binds, it can carry about with hemoglobin in the form of oxyhemoglobin. It can carry a single molecule of hemoglobin, it can carry 4 oxygen molecule. And the transport of carbon dioxide, so 100 ml of blood, it can transport about 4 ml of carbon dioxide. It is transported in 3 forms. So in dissolved form 5 to 7%, as in the form of carbaminohemoglobin in the RBC 20 to 25%, in the form of bicarbonate in the RBC and plasma 70%. Means most of the carbon dioxide is transported in the form of bicarbonate ions. Okay, these are three forms of transportation of carbon dioxide. It is being asked repeatedly in 3-mark question, children. So you learn this, and bulk it can be asked as 5-mark question, or in small, and the transport of carbon dioxide and transport of oxygen, like that it can be asked separately in 2-mark questions. Okay, so we will meet in the next class. So